Welcome to Trump Watch. I'm Nana Akua for GBN Originals.
I was saved by God to make America great again.
Now, buckle up, because the past 48 hours have been an absolute whirlwind in Trump world. From international blow-ups to domestic shake-ups, the president has kept us on edge, and trust me, you'll want to stick around for all the juicy details. Let's start with the international drama. Things have been heating up between President Trump and the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. And when I say heating up, I mean it's practically a diplomatic inferno. What's he doing?
We gave them, I believe, $350 billion, but let's say it's something less than that, but it's a lot. And we have to equalize with Europe, because Europe has given us given a very much smaller percentage than that. I think Europe has given $100 billion, and we've given, let's say, 300 plus. And it's more important for them than it is for us. We have an ocean in between, and they don't. But where is all the money that's been given? Where is it going? And nobody, I've never seen an accounting of it. We give hundreds of billions of dollars. I don't see any accounting. So I want to see peace. Look, you know why I want? Because I don't want all these people killed anymore.
Trump has called Zelensky a dictator without elections. Isn't that what Vladimir Putin is? And suggested that Ukraine is the one that started the war with Russia. Can you imagine that? He's practically thrown the entire diplomatic rulebook out of the window. Zelensky has fired back, accusing Trump of living in a disinformation space fueled by Moscow. Now that's a political burn. But don't think Trump will let it slide. No. He hit back on Truth Social, and yes, that is still a thing, warning President Zelensky to act quickly or risk losing his country. It's like watching a political showdown in real time. And apparently Trump's pushing for a deal where the US could claim half of Ukraine's rare earth mineral revenue as payback for aid. Does that not sound a bit familiar? A bit like claiming Gaza? Bold move, right?
Using the internet without a VPN, a virtual private network, is a bit like taking to the road without car insurance. All it takes is one unlucky moment to cost you a lot of cash. This video's sponsor is Private Internet Access. They are the VPN to help keep you safe. Click the link in the description below to find out why over 30 million people have downloaded PIA to protect themselves online. A virtual private network is an app that hides your IP address and helps keep your data private. When you're browsing the internet at home, you give up a large amount of data to businesses, to shops, and indeed to social media giants too. Hackers have the ability to steal your personal data with ease, including sensitive information such as passwords, keystrokes, and even your personal photos. Private Internet Access helps protect your personal data by encrypting your internet connection to keep your data out of the hands of cyber criminals. And it's not just hackers either to be concerned about. Information can be censored too. When Canada passed their C-18 bill, social media giants decided to ban news content on their platforms. But PIA can protect your ability to consume the news and content you love. Private Internet Access is available for Windows users, Mac OS, Android, Linux, iOS, and you can use one PIA subscription to protect an unlimited amount of devices. And we've got a huge GB News discount for you too. Click the link in this video's description and you'll get a massive 83% off PIA. That's under £2 a month, the price of a coffee, and you'll get an extra 4 months completely free on top. Also, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee too. Visit piavpn.com/GB News to start protecting yourself digitally today.
Trump is claiming that this war would never have happened if he was in charge.
Do you have any message for Ukrainians who, after 3 years of fighting, might feel betrayed or disappointed at not having a seat at these initial talks in Saudi Arabia?
Well, I think I'm really disappointed in what's happened. I've been watching this for 3 years. It's a war that would have never happened if I was president. And I've been watching these people being killed at levels that you've rarely seen, not even close, since the Second World War. And I'm very disappointed. I hear that, they're upset about not having a seat. Well, they've had a seat for 3 years and a long time before that. This could have been settled very easily. Just a half-baked negotiator could have settled this years ago without the loss of much land, very little land, without the loss of any lives, and without the loss of cities that are just laying on their sides. You have those magnificent golden domes that are shattered, will never be replaced. You can't replace them. 1,000-year-old domes that are so beautiful, you can't replace that. A whole civilization has changed because of what. So when they're worried about not being seated, you mean somebody that should have gone in and made a deal a long time ago?
Do you know what? I'm inclined to agree with him, but a half-baked negotiator could have settled this years ago. But I don't think Joe Biden was even cooked. Europe's not having it, though. They're not exactly thrilled with Donald Trump's latest antics. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz called his remarks fundamentally incorrect and dangerous. And it's not just him. Leaders from Sweden to Australia have joined in, making it clear that they're not backing Trump's stance. I guess he's united Europe, just not in the way that they were hoping. And he's not just busy internationally. He's busy draining the swamp, or some might call it creating a flood. Back home, Donald Trump has been busy. He's signed an executive order aimed at shrinking the government even more, continuing his drain the swamp mantra. And now he's got a department named the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Yep, as in the meme. They've apparently found billions in waste, fraud and abuse. But wait, there is a twist. It turns out that Elon Musk isn't running this department after all. Shocking, right? The FBI gets a new boss, and this is in a move that raised eyebrows across the board. Kash Patel, a Trump loyalist, has been confirmed as the new FBI director. Some Republicans like Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski aren't exactly thrilled about this choice, and you can bet we'll be watching to see how this all plays out. There's been mass dismissals. Trump is back into that role. You're fired. And if you think that's all, then think again, because Donald Trump has managed to get a federal judge's approval for a mass termination of probationary federal employees. It looks like the "you're fired" mentality of The Apprentice has become government policy. The IRS and military might feel the impact as layoffs start looming. Now, the Trump administration has got his eyes on every corner of government, and if they need to make cuts, they're going to go for it. Donald Trump's approval ratings, well, here's where it gets a bit interesting. He's been boasting about those rates soaring as high as 71%, but in reality, that doesn't quite match up with those numbers. Most credible polls put him closer to 45 to 47%. It seems someone's been peering through a very rosy lens. But then, hey, it's Donald Trump. He's getting things done. And frankly, I think the people of America are very lucky to have him. If you look across the pond and take a look at the UK, I can tell you now that Keir Starmer's approval rating is in negative figures. But of course, on the world stage, Donald Trump's recent comments have caused ripples across the globe. Australian opposition leader Peter Dutton has some harsh words slamming Donald Trump's stance on Ukraine. In the meantime, the UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer's visit to the White House next week is set to be a very tense one, with him expected to challenge Donald Trump's statements head on. It looks like Trump's foreign policy has become a hot button issue, although I'm not sure how scary that will be. Keir Starmer tackling Donald Trump head on. I think all Donald Trump needs to say is tariff. I think perhaps that might close his mouth. But what's next? Well, looking ahead, the fallout from Trump's comments and the decisions will be felt both domestically and internationally. Will his stand on Ukraine reshape US foreign policy in Eastern Europe? It's a big question. And what about the ongoing government restructuring? The next few days will be crucial in determining whether Donald Trump can manage these controversies or if they spiral completely out of control. But one thing is certain, with Donald Trump at the helm, we're in for more surprises. It's pretty much like watching a political reality show where the stakes are global and domestic stability is all everything to play for. But then again, he's good at reality shows. So there you have it. The past 48 hours have been a roller coaster in Trump world. International scandals, domestic shakeups and surprises around every corner. You can't call him boring. We've missed him. Stay tuned because with Trump, there's always more to come. I'm Nana Akua and this has been Trump Watch. Make sure you subscribe to GBN Originals for more updates because, trust me, you won't want to miss a moment of this ongoing political spectacle. And remember, with Donald Trump at the helm, it's bound to be a bumpy ride. Stay safe, stay tuned, and keep your eyes on the headlights.